Alright, this is a two-path reading for Aquarius. Depending on which path you're on, this might help to know what happened and what's leading you to your next point. Anyway, I will be reading it as the path you chose and the past, present, and future of this path. And I will be doing it for two paths, but again, with life, such as with music, there can be many different paths. Okay? So you might want to take on a love interest that's out of your league, and then go to a job that is so much in your league that you almost feel like you come out of the walls. But, yeah, in a sense, you're part of the building. But yeah, in life, you do kind of choose a lot of paths for yourself. Okay? So, again, these are just two paths, but there are many paths, depending on who you are as a person and what your destiny line is. Okay? So, there's that. And that's my brother. He's trying to finish up one of his games. Alright, so anyway, let's start off with the first path, which is the shadow. The shadow is represented by the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is the unknown, the reason and solution of a problem. The problem is haunting you like a shadow and going to give you a message, since the path should be followed, faces away from the front of the problem. Turning around will allow it to come into view. So you might have a bit of a problem. You might also have secret enemies. You might also have other things going on that you don't exactly want to do, or say, or fix, or acknowledge. Some people just put it on the back burner for a couple centuries, but I feel like this is kind of going to hinder the rest of your life. So there's that as well. So let's see, the first card is going to be the past of this path. So we had the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So no finance and no health. We have a money mismanagement, hoarding, bad business partner, unreliable, or jealous colleague. So there is somebody in your past. You might have been dating this person. You might have had this person as a colleague, and they might be kind of the jealous type. Somebody gets a promotion over them and it's a big deal, or they have a sense of kind of like, oh, me, but they don't have that personality that you kind of want as a manager or point of authority. If they became a manager, it would kind of be like a bit of falling in line, if you know what I mean. But anyway, so enough about me. Anyways, I'm kidding. I'm a lovable rogue, you know me. But anyway, we have second card, which is present one of these energies, which is the Queen of Swords. So strife and logic, running a magazine, could be online or a column, maybe an article. So let's see. Acting on logic and reason, financial clarification, constructive criticism, wise guidance, and respect in a field. So you might actually be doing very well at work. You might actually be in the job that you were destined for. So there's a lot that falls into alignment with that. And also, there could be other things at work here as well. I don't think it's just you, but there's people that like you, so you're kind of high on the totem pole of being a likable person. It's not just you. It's like people like you because you're funny. People like you because you're personable. People like you because you never hold people in contempt of their own actions. You're kind of like, they're probably having a hard time. They're probably going through a lot, blah, blah, blah. And you're kind of looking out for your fellow man as well as kind of putting yourself on a pedestal. And it's not in a bad way. It's kind of like, I want to be a good person. And I want everybody to know that I'm a good person in case they have a problem, because you kind of want to have a big circle of friends, so then you never know what can happen. Life's short. Anyway, so the future of this situation, we have the Hierophant. So religion and leaders, religious and spiritual organization, herbalist, keep your money safe, traditional financial institutions, success in work groups, education, and teamwork, a mentor. So you could be a bit of a mentor later on down the road. Or you could actually be a boss, or you might actually be going into something as a side business that is going to be intentionally influential to the environment or to like generations later down the line. So there's a bunch of different things going on here. It's not just one thing, it's a million things, right? So there's that. And then we have the second path. I'm going to move these up actually. The second path with the mist. The mist is, let's see, represented by the Six of Swords. So as certain as the situation, and decide which direction you need to take, you will be given a chance to reconsider what you want to do. You will not be able to fully analyze a problem as it results in your own indecisiveness. So I feel like in this case, it's kind of like a winding road. You're kind of like just riding the wave, as it were. It could be a rapid, like decision path where you kind of have to make decisions on the fly without really thinking them through. Because it's like a yes or no answer. It's not a, oh, well, let me think about it until like next Monday. It's, I need an answer now type of thing, or advice now. It's not anything that's like, oh, let's have a tea party and think about it. No, it's down to the minutes, I feel. It's kind of like fill me in and like make your decision. So, the past of this situation is the Emperor. The Emperor is a career advancement, real estate, buying, receiving businesses, houses, foreclosure, and insurance. So, being disciplined about money, creating a process, structure, and discipline and routine mentor. So, you might have had somebody who was big on like real estate and stuff. For me, being a banker and stuff, I don't really like real estate unless it's like a rental property. You get more out of a rental property than you do investing in real estate a lot of times, because you don't know what the market actually is. They can say it's a buyer seller's market. What the hell does that mean? I'll buy a house and then I'll sell it to somebody else type of thing? Or is it, if I buy a house, I'm saving more money than the seller selling it, But whatever the case is, if you have a rental property, you're probably getting more money out of the rental property than the person going to sell their house in the long haul. You know what I mean? So there's that. And all you have to do is keep up with maintaining a modern look. It's not really too much that goes into it. You get modern technology, and you sit back and relax. If anything goes wrong, you kind of should have that in the agreement. If any of the modern technology gets busted or broken, it goes back to a downplayed version of what you had. So it's better to take care of things than it is to break things. Because you're not going to look at your tenant and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to replace the same thing that you busted. You're going to look at your tenant and say, well, money's a little tight. You're going to have a toaster oven because the oven doesn't work. People get into the funk of it and be like, in the reality of, you're not going to get a new stuff. You're going to get really like low grade stuff if you break anything. So that's why having a rental property, it's not you living there, so you're kind of playing by your own rules. You have to make it livable and make it into a situation of, yeah, you can do that, but since it's my house, this is what you get. Anyway, we have the present situation, which is a strength card, which is courage and strength. So let's see, animal care, animal trainer, fashion designer. So large purchases, controlled spending, self-mastery at work. So bold career moves, taking big steps. So there could be a there could be an advancement somewhere, or a promotional job from where you work now, where you just have to like move while the iron's hot. So it might be down to the minutes, or you might have a job where it's kind of like it's always changing. It's an ever-changing job. It's you taking on a project and it's totally different. You could be a YouTuber, but you're taking on a job that's very like you don't know exactly what the reaction would be. Like if it works one week, it might not work next week, like that type of thing. You're supposed to be on trend on YouTube. I'm not. I think very few YouTubers are, but it's hard to find the trends, like when they're happening. Like it's easy to be like, oh, let's do this because everybody else is doing it. But it's really hard to be that first one that like invents the wheel type of thing when it comes to trends. So if you can do that, my hat's off to you, but I can't do that. I don't have the patience. Anyway, so the future. The future of the situation is going to be the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is finance and health. Finance and health is architect, designer, builder. Learning about finances, getting advice for creating a budget. Working as a team, colleagues with contributes with others, a diverse set of skills and opinions. So you're going to be kind of in the think tank. Think tank is never good because it's kind of like the threshold of yes and no. Like it can't be a maybe. Like it's either a yes tug of war or it's a no tug of war. So you have to get out of the middle and try to find a side. That's kind of what that kind of is. Okay, so I will list the song below because right now I do not have it on me. And we know how I am about organization. But we do have messages. So let's see, the first message is on aunt, marrying into money, inheritance, visiting family, a strong family, a close work team, like family, overcoming self-doubt, moving forward in life, organizational work, travel to a remote place, a cornerstone of business franchising and publishing, moving up in an organization away from an offer, a team leader, and a strong team. So there is there is
someone needs to get out there and shut off that goddamn water. Don't do that again.
let's see. So with all the messages, it was moving up an organization, working away from an offer, team leader, a strong team. So there's a law of potential, an achievement of enlightenment, and a life's work. So it's either you're starting your life's work, or you're in your life's work, or you want to kind of have a legacy of your job you're doing now. So making like a memoir or something. So that's interesting. I'm sorry, my hand just hurts. I'm trying to rest it. But anyway, I will be listing the song down below, and make sure that you kind of look at the law of potential. The law of potential has like a lot of stuff written on the bottom of it, but it would help with enlightenment, perfection, and like life's work. Also kind of look at presentations and stuff like that, and look at polished presentations versus like, or just last minute presentations. So then you can polish your own work and how you present things and public speaking and things like that. A lot of people have fears of public speaking, but really it's public speaking, so you kind of have to convey your information. It's not about you, it's about information. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you, Aquarius. Hopefully this helped you out in some way, shape, or form, even though I had a lot of interruptions. I feel like you have a lot of interruptions as well. So I feel like this might actually be a little bit more realistic in your job situation. So, depending on which path you chose, hopefully something resonated, but it doesn't have to. In the path of life, there's a lot of different paths that we all choose, and this is just 2 of them. Okay, so it might resonate for the majority, but not the other people that might be independent thinkers and have different ways of doing their jobs and doing their thing. So anyway, I will see you in the next reading. Hopefully this helped you out, and I'll see you later, Aquarius.